Hello everybody, welcome to another episode with John, with Just Sports with John, and I'm going to be doing a video about Jerry Sloan, and I want to talk to you guys about Jerry Sloan. As many of you know, basketball is my biggest, probably main sport outside of football, and Jerry Sloan's death really impacts me because I really appreciated what Jerry Sloan was able to do over his coaching career. He's been a really great coach, and if you ask me, I think he's been one of the coaches that has been probably one of the most underrated coaches. I don't think he ever got quite as much prestige as some of these guys that did win NBA championships. So, you look at some of the guys on the top wins, like Don Nelson, Lenny Wilkens, George Karl, Phil Jackson, a lot of these guys, Greg Popovich, who won championships. But Jerry Sloan, was probably one of the best and didn't win one, and probably should have won one. Very well could have won one had he not ran into the juggernaut that was the Bulls for 2 years. So, really great coach. But let me tell you guys a little bit about what to me defines him, because some of you may not be as familiar with Jerry Sloan, or as familiar as maybe you should be with Jerry Sloan. Jerry Sloan had good college success and then came to the NBA and was with the Bulls, I think, for 2 years. Didn't quite work out there for whatever reason, and then he went to Utah Jazz, and there is where he built his kind of philosophy, more of the playing style they wanted to enroll, which was very hard type style, grind type style, defensive minded, few turnovers, control tempo of the game, make that team defend what you're playing versus trying to go against their defense. And that can be a hard thing, because a lot of teams can be very good defensively, and then you're trying to adjust. But the Jazz made you adjust your defense to what they did, and that's a really good sign of a great coach. Look at Phil Jackson and the triangle, and how they were able to have to change teams. Defense's styles had to change according to Garden Triangle, and it was the same with the Jazz. You had to stop Malone and Stockton, and even when you did that, you still might not win. He was a very great coach, and I think too, he really defended his players and stood up for them and encouraged them, and a lot of his players became great, really good leaders in the community, and made the Jazz organization a stand-up organization. As a matter of fact, Greg Popovich has been quoted several times as modeling what the Spurs wanted to be after the Jazz. And so I actually was a Jazz fan for a while before I think the Bulls really took off. But even during the Bulls run, the Jazz were kind of my Western Conference team, the team in the West I kind of wanted to see it go against the Bulls, which ended up happening 2 years in a row, which was awesome. For me, that was just like, here we have this pick and roll style of basketball, which is the kind of style that I grew up in. And then we had this triangle offense created by Phil Jackson, and I was like, which one was going to win? You had these two really good coaches, and it was just great matchups. And even like the Spurs going up against them, the Celtics going up against them, the Knicks or Pacers during that time going up against Jazz. The Jazz just, other than the Bulls, were that team that sort of dominated, and it was because they had this philosophy, they had this style, they had this leadership given to them from their head coach that just was hard to battle against. You weren't just battling against some great players, you were battling against this coach's design, this culture and leadership design of this team. And that's a hard thing to battle when that whole team is a team and functioning like it, both on the court and their mentality. And it's nice to see Lenny Wilkens, Phil Jackson, Don Nelson, all these great winners just sing the praises of Jerry Sloan and how good of a coach he was despite not winning a championship. So it's sad that we've lost Jerry Sloan at age 78. I just want to do this video in memorial to him and his Jazz teams, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.